What's up, everybody? This is Bad Player 03, the D-Job Daniel Jobber here, with the final episode, the stunning conclusion to Ultima 2. All we have left to do is kill Minax, and I've loaded up our hit points, got enough food to do the job. Time to do the job. And our experience wrapped around, so it's low, but it doesn't really matter. It has virtually no effect on the game. So we have all kinds of stuff, including the ring, which we need to get through the force fields to have a fighting chance against Minax. And we have the quick sword of Nilno, which is the magical sword that is the best weapon in the game. So, and of course power armor to protect us, and some we're gonna need them, of course. The where are we here? The strange coins, 30 of them, because that's how we can negate time, so we can kind of control the guys in the castle. So we're going to fly up to the final point of the game, Minax's castle. And here we are. This is it. The very end of the game. Alright, so we're going to save the game off before we enter. And I'm going to show you guys how to kill Minax. The last thing we got to do. And once Minax is dead, that'll be it for the series. Anything else you want to see? Well, I think I've pretty much covered all the parts of the game that are... Maybe you want to visit a few more dungeons or something, but... there really isn't any value to the dungeons in the early games of Ultima. Later on, the dungeons have far more meaning after Ultima 3. Ultima 3 has it to an extent. But most stuff in the dungeons are just a bunch of points you go to visit. And you can go to different dungeons for the same result. So, here we are, Minax's castle. Here's an example of the force field, and see, with the ring, you don't take damage. That's the key. Now, sometimes I like to go through this door here. And of course, you can also unlock this for give us a safety valve. But the big problem is, I believe it's the demon up here. He's invincible, and we need to trap him. And you see, there's Minax. So Minax, we can hit. Boom! And then she disappears. Uh-oh. We need to get out of here. And there's the guy we can't hit. He's the only guy in the game. He basically takes the place of the guard that you can't kill. So we're going to lure him. And he hits like a tank into here. And we're going to negate time. And we're going to get the heck out of there. And we are done with him. He will never be able to escape if you don't do anything stupid. Because when you go up to kill Minax on this side, he will not be able to go to the left to get out. And if you follow the right path to chamber 2... Oh, here's the what the room looks like, by the way. As you can see, there's something up in the top left corner. I don't think we're gonna be able to get up there, though, because can we guarantee this guy can't get out? Yeah, if we do it properly, we could, I suppose. I don't intend on dying. Hey, there's Lord British in the museum. All these force fields. Let's make sure. See, with that guy trapped, you can kill anybody in this game, so theoretically. Hope I didn't let him out. a little back entrance. Or exit, I guess. I forgot if there's anything of any interest up here. This guy might have something interesting to say. The she creature begs, take me, I'm yours. I'm yours. David Alpert whimpers, I've done a bad thing. As long as we don't let that last demon out, there shouldn't be too much that can hurt us. And if we do, I guess we'll have to make sure we seal him back up. Because he hits like a tank, like I was saying. I think he's still in there. The time zone. Time zone. I don't think there's any way in there. Oh, some guys we do have to deal with. The guards from the other room. I don't think there's any way into there. Nope. They're just there to be cool. Most of these guys we can kill. Like these guys in the Thieves Guild. Now let's see if we can avoid them for now. So here's Minax's other room. Chamber 2. And we just go back and forth between Chamber 1 and Chamber 2. As long as we have the ring, we should be able to withstand anything. A lot of the bad guys are trapped. The few that come through should be no issue. I'll keep that one guy that we can't kill trapped, because there is no way to kill him. It's like that one guard that never dies. Demog. Homer the salesman asks, "You want some life insurance?" Life insurance. Still trapped. Should be an easy kill from now on. See, originally with these force fields almost killing you, you had to wonder if she was really there at all or not, because she kept disappearing. But with the ring, and you can get through without getting hurt, one could hypothesize that sooner or later she's gonna die. And we can actually test this theory. Four kills. See, there's no way you could have survived without the ring. It is impossible. Is this going to be the last time? Minax might be ready to die. The quick sword and nil-no and all our strength. Minax is dead! All her work shall die! And Minax is left dead, crying in a pool of her own black blood at the foot of a stranger from another world. We are dead, stranger? You have destroyed Minax. Your deed will be remembered for years. Thanks for playing Ultima 2. Now solve the Wizard and the Princess. I have no idea what the Wizard and the Princess are, or is. But all I know is now you get to sit back and watch your rocket ship fly forever. You no longer can land. Victory from space. Newt! Newt! The evil apprentice of Mondane, Minax, is dead. And that's it. There is nothing more to do that needs to be done in Ultima 2. Everything else is gravy, icing on the cake, stuff to do for fun. That is the game. That is how you start from the beginning, survive, control the world, and eventually destroy the evil enchantress Minax. Ultima 2, Revenge of the Enchantress. It's one of my old favorites. Took me a long time to finish it originally. In fact, I guess for the longest time, I had no idea if that really was the right Minax. I didn't know how to get the ring, didn't know how to get the quick sword. Had to try things, and eventually, it all came together. I didn't ever have a clue to tell me how to finish this game. I actually finished this game naturally. I'm very proud of that, because this is one of the games that I could have easily given up on or asked for help on, but I stuck with it and I eventually accomplished my goal. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the series. Thanks for watching. I'm Bad Player 03, also known as the D-Job, Daniel Jobber. I do a lot of wrestling content. I love to do these old classic video games, and any kind of video game stuff, you never know. I do some stuff on an MMO I play called Uncharted Waters. I think I have some Atari emulator stuff up. Believe I went through Pitfall 2: The Lost Caverns on on YouTube. I think I remember correctly. I played classic arcade games. Every game I remembered from the past, I've tried to emulate, and pretty much anyone that I've ever played, I did find a way to emulate. But the Commodore 64 was my favorite computer, and it was a big part of my teen years, and part of what made me who I am. So, love to go back and recapture it, and because I could program stuff. I don't know if I could, nothing this fancy, but I could program some cool stuff on the Commodore 64. So, I'll always have fond connections, and I could probably still write a program today. For me, it's like riding a bike. So, but anyways, that is Ultima 2: The Revenge of the Enchantress, the classic from Origin Systems and Richard Garriott, aka Lord British. Before Ultima really became a massive franchise, this was what Ultima was. From a Calibeth to Ultima 1 to this, to Ultima 3, known as the First Age of Darkness, on to the epic, maybe one of the, it's got to rank up to, for me, one of the best games ever made, Ultima 4, the Quest of the Avatar, which may be too big for my britches in terms of playing as a playthrough, because it's a long, drawn-out game, and there's too much stuff you have to see. It's a game you got to see for yourself. You got to play for yourself. Ultima 5, not so much. But Ultima 5 was very drawn out, boring, frustrating. I'm glad I finished it. I enjoyed the process as I was older of finishing the game, but I don't know if I would have had the patience and the gall to stick with it when I was younger. It's just a very drawn out, frustrating game. The False Prophet was epic as well. I loved that one, Ultima 6. Yeah, the gargoyles and going down into the gargoyle world, and it was amazing. I was back in the time when we were nearing the end of the Russian Cold War, as I was talking about in the Russian town earlier in the last episode. The war with the Russians the Cold War was still at its climax, I guess. It's just about to have the fall of the Iron Curtain. The game itself shows influence from the death of the Russian Federation and the Soviet Union, I should say, not the Russian Federation, the Soviet Union, and the birth of separate countries, including Russia as a separate entity, and just basically peace and people learning to know and understand the Russian people and not fear them in the way that we grew up doing when I was younger. So, and of course, from that point on, the Ultimas got a little bit crazy. I did play Ultima 7, the Part 1, the Serpent's Isle. Really loved it. Or not Serpent's Isle, the Black Gate, sorry. Serpent's Isle I tried for a bit, and it was okay, and I read the walkthrough with it, and I just decided I didn't want to go through any further. I know my brother said he played Pagan, Ultima 8, which he said was pretty good. I never quite had the interest in continuing playing it. And then the Ascension was a real bomb. Fortunately, the game that could have been the epic conclusion to the series really ended up being disappointing because they tried to use a 3D engine, kind of like the way Zelda did, but they ended up with a very clumsy, glitchy, poor man's version of a 3D Ultima, from what they've described it as. So, fortunately, it never made it. And then, of course, that Ultima Online really became one of the first real successful MMOs. And Ultima changed forever at that point, and now it's all just a thing of the past and a memory. And that's why I wanted to capture one of my favorite Ultimas, Ultima 2, for your enjoyment and even mine down the road, and anyone else's who wants to relive the moments or just see what it was all about. Preserving the past, which is something I'm passionate about. So anyways, that's the end of the series. My first complete series on a multi-episodic game. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you look forward to my other ones. Demon's Winter is one of the ones I'm going to be the most excited about. I want to do a couple episodes on Defender of the Crown, another epic game. I want to do a playthrough of Below the Root too, another one of my favorite graphical-based RPGs, or with a more detailed graphics than this flat map game. So, lots to come. Like my channel, follow it on Twitch TV, BadPlayer03 with 1D. Follow me on Twitter, BadPlayer03. And go to my website, DanimalDanielJobber.ca. Buy one of these cool shirts. Help support me, support the channel, support what I do. YouTube, of course, where you're watching this video now, I'm assuming, because there's still no live viewers. So, like and share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with your friends. And check out any other channels I have under DanimalDanielJobber or under BadPlayer03 or Daniel Jobber. So, but yeah, I guess that's it for this series. I'm going to wrap it up. You have a good night, and hope you check me out in the next series. It's the end of Ultima 2. All the best to you. BadPlayer03 out.